Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it not? Who knows?
Okay. I'm Carl. I am playing my Warforged Sorcerer Eternal. A non-standard Olympic sport that I would do. I'm trying to think of something that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know non-standard Olympic sports. Like, I mean, maybe like the air pistol competitions or something.
Okay, real quick, sorry. Love you guys and the audience watching. But they didn't hear anything Brad said at all this whole time. But we heard Carl.
Up.
That's interesting.
He's only the DM. It's fine.
Yep.
Please enjoy this exposition-free episode.
Where we get to ignore Brad the whole time.
And
I can hear you, but
oh, and how are we looking? We got sound now?
Nick, you are muted if you're responding.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear the sound.
Mayhap.
We're a bit behind, right? So
Yeah, there's a bit of delay going on.
How we doing? How we looking? I'm just making sound. I don't expect an immediate answer. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Sorry, friends. So my name is Brad. I'm running today's game. This is episode 125. We're going to be doing some crazy stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. If you're sitting at home and you're like, I've only memorized the sacred shapes that build up the building blocks of our universe. I don't know what those numbers may or may not have to do with Arrowknee. Just remember that 100%, 25 percent additional is episode 125, and if you divide that by 5, you get 25, and if you divide that by 5, you get 5, and if you divide that by 5, you get 1. So really, 125 is just 5 to the third, which is really nifty. Like, it's 5 cubed, and the idea of cubing something is also really nifty. I like cubes a lot. Hey, Drogar. Could you please introduce yourself, describe your character, and also state for us, what's 9 plus 10? And why?
All right. So yeah, I'm Joa. Tonight I will be playing the Drogar guy. And 9 plus 10. Now, the layperson, that is 19. However, to the enlightened individual, that is 21. And it's that because I tried to think of some actual answer that would try to make sense, do the whole like math thing. But no, it's just 21 because society has deemed it so.
I think it's so I mean, when you really want to like math it down, like 9 is just 1 away from 10. So it's easier to think of the 9 plus 10 as just 10 plus 10, and then it's 1 away from that. So you add 10 and 10, you get 20, you get 1 away from that, that's 21.
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
I mean, 19, and there's 2 numbers there that they're adding together, so...
Yeah, those add up to 2.
Yeah.
Plus
Well, that's
1.
the thing. That's the thing that happens.
It works out. You just have to not do the math, I think.
You Laurel and Hardy the math.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what would be the closest square to 21, and I think it would be like 4.1 or 4.2, because like, well, no, I think the closest square might actually be, would it be 25? Yeah, it would be 25. It'd be 5 times 5. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of like squares and cubes for numbers today. It's like a whole thing. It's like a big theme I'm working on. You guys like numbers?
Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
I got a bachelor. I've got a bachelor.
Numbers
of
are
arts
okay.
You get a bachelor in economics?
in mathematics.
Mathematics. Okay. I do not. I'm just gonna say numbers, and
I do not either.
they're gonna be wrong. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, hey, you know that E button on a calculator, and everybody's gonna be like, why do people press that? And I'll be like, I don't know.
Please don't ask us for proofs, Carl.
There's a specific reason why the only numbers I'm good with are dates in history.
Like December 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know what that date is.
Yes.
What about April 20th?
Eh.
Okay, what about...
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, Earth Day.
What about April 31st?
Mhm.
I like...
I'm a February 30th type of guy.
I like to hang out with
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you, best day of the year to have a birthday, October 1st.
it. Really?
Yep.
Why is that?
Because it's 10-1.
This reversed 10-0-1.
No. What? How long are people pregnant?
9 months.
Technically,
what
the
is
gestation
9 months?
period is 10.
Shush, shush, shush.
New Year's,
So,
baby?
9 months
Year
exactly
child.
before 10-1.
Oh, is it Valentine's Day?
No, it's New Year's Eve.
New Year's. Oh, okay, there
Yep.
you go.
It's a New Year's,
New Year's
child.
Day. Yep.
Nice. My parents fucked on Thanksgiving.
Mine were.
Thanks,
this
Nick's
time.
mom and dad.
So, yeah, that's a big moment. We're learning a lot today.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Stuff the turkey. What?
Hey, Ben.
We're not talking about mashed potatoes and gravy.
Could you please introduce yourself, describe your character, and also state for us if you had to pick one vehicle for everyone on the road to be stuck driving. Like, everyone has to drive this one car. Like, everybody trades in all of their separate, unique vehicles, and they got to trade in for this one thing. What would you pick?
boy. Hi, I'm Ben. I'll be playing Hrunger, the Goliath cleric tonight. The vehicle thing. Oh, that's just so many people. Everyone's going to be mad at me. There's no winning this one. It's got to be something that isn't horrible.
Are you a WRX bro?
Great, man. I got a great answer.
See, oh man.
Is it the Kia Soul, Carl?
Nope.
Oh no.
Eco cars.
Oh my, yeah.
Hey, the Kia Soul's not really an eco car. It's a cheap Meccano box.
I mean, I'll be the bad dad and say you probably got to go with a minivan because it's kind of universal as far as it can do a lot of things a pickup truck can do, but it can carry a lot of people, and you can get really nice ones.
You won't believe how much 12-foot lumber fits in the back of a mini.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot. Oh my god, a lot.
Sorry, that's my answer. I don't like it though.
I was surprised you didn't say Geo Metro, but we'll move on.
Moped.
Actually, I was going to be very utilitarian and be like tractor trailer rig. Because if there's only one vehicle out there, you want the ones that can haul cargo.
Mm. No, that makes sense because otherwise the whole supply chain cuts down.
Or so you get about 300 minivans doing one tractor trailer's job.
Yeah, picturing like a fleet of
Hey.
Chevy S10s.
That's a lot of work going around to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got Dodge or do that minivan with the Hellcat in.
The
That'll be the
Hellcat.
minivan. Yeah. Get the minivans of that.
Hey Nick,
Hi.
if you could please introduce yourself, describe your character, and also state for us if you had to pick one insect in Grounded to challenge to a fight with no weapons on you, and it has to be able to attack you, which would it be?
All right. I'm Nick. Hi. Love you guys. I'm playing Shugazi Mopey Tones. The PC's my OC, but the name is not. Visit McElroy.family and enjoy your life more. And they are a Tabaxi Spoopy Bard. And they're cool. And they have to be able to attack me?
Mm-hmm.
Like before or after I hit them?
Yeah, either one.
Work around. I'm scared and grounded, bro. Like if that was really me, I would die, bro.
Spiders is scary. That game, I never thought I'd be arachnophobic over a fucking video game. I never thought I'd be like, oh, it's too scary for me. Not like those spiders, fucking, they're a lot.
Yeah.
I
Almost give you a heart attack sometimes.
yeah, honestly, yeah. Like I was with Armani. For those at home that don't know, I have a girlfriend. Her name is Armani. She is basically the sweetest human. She's like if you put honey and sugar into a bowl, mixed it up, and somehow made it sweeter. Well,
I'm getting diabetes just knowing her.
she's really good.
Diabetes.
She's probably gonna be like messaging the group in Discord, being like, "The fuck is he saying?" It'd be good. But
No, it's going to be like, Brad's my best friend. He's amazing because Armani's amazing.
she's so good. If you're at home and you're like, is he really talking about his girlfriend this way? Yes. She also gives it right back to me. She's funnier than I am. It's a lot. It's very it's tough being not the funniest person in a relationship. It's like I don't know. I wouldn't, I don't know a way to do it justice. Yeah, you got to ask Armani for a good punch on there. But we were playing, so I was playing Ground and she was watching, and she was like, "Oh, is that a spider?" I was like, "Yeah, they're scary as shit." She's like, "Why is that scary as shit?" And then like one of them was like rushing me, and she literally started screaming like flat, like she was like biting onto her own hand, like waiting for it to just relax for a few moments. She was like, "That was a fucking lot," and I was like, "Yeah, it was a whole." Never had a video game do that to me. It was a really interesting example of like effective game design in terms of like evoking an emotion. Hey, Trevor.
Yes.
Could you please introduce yourself, describe your character, and also tell us a bit about your favorite art piece that you've done?
Hello, my name is Trevor. I will be playing the Gravity Goober Tesley. And I'm a pretty alright dude, and I would say that the art that really hit the hardest with me was there's a couple pieces. There's one in particular that I won't talk about ever again.
Is it the booty?
No, it's not. I love the booty ones, but there's some other ones that definitely hit home. There's one that actually came up on the 1 year anniversary. It's a pencil and paper drawing I did. And it's just a bunch of scratches and scribbles and shit like that. But it's super powerful shit.
I gotta check it out then.
Yeah, I'll post it. If you guys join the Patreon or, get in this Discord, you'll probably get to check it out,
Really rewarding stuff if you haven't checked out Adventures in Arrowknee yet. If you're over there like, I'm 125 episodes in, I bet I could probably chat with these people. Yeah.
We said this last night, but the cost of a Patreon subscription allows you access to Carl. And
That's true.
you are getting a fucking bargain getting access to Carl.
I'm grateful every day.
You want access to the memes that the Department of Homeland Security won't let me go public with? Because, like, I can't go public with some of them because I can't distribute them en masse, but I can make whatever I want. If you want to see the good memes, come on in. It's fun.
Fun in the water's fine.
Yeah. Hoi me noi. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Brad.
If you could please introduce yourself, describe your character. If you could also, if you had to make one Candyland character into a D&D character, which would it be?
Oh, man. Hi, everyone. My name is Charlie. I will be playing Reichart, the Circle of Land Forest Druid, level 12. He's a crowd control-y boy. Oh my gosh. If I had to make one Candyland character, a D&D character, I would probably pick the honestly, I think the green dude that carries the basket would be a lot of fun. I see a lot of voice opportunities there and a lot of interesting stuff you can do with roleplay.
I agree. I think
Just what's in the basket? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. There's a whole... trying to think of references that involve boxes. And like the only ones that are coming to mind are the obvious Brad Pitt and then the less obvious Andy Samberg songs. And it's like none of these options are great. I'm lacking on the punchline end, but yeah, I don't know. It's like this in my head. There's this like flipping through of like Squidward flipping through channels on SpongeBob and seeing like boxes and boxing, and eventually you hear SpongeBob and Patrick outside playing with boxes. And so Shugazi Mopey Tones, if that is your real name, you are waking up inside of a summoning tube. It's pretty cramped. It's glass. If you're 125 episodes in, this is how everyone gets here. It's a whole thing. It happens. You just get summoned in here from another realm. It's like, it's a real hand wavy. Someone really lazy came up with it. And Shugazi, you're actually meeting the guy that was that lazy. He is taking a firm swing off of it looks to be a flask labeled go-go juice. As he hits a big red button, you'll see that your tube rises and you're like looking over to see there's a rack with a guy way too big to be on that rack if he really didn't want to be. he seems to be politely talking with the gentleman with the long beard and the flask, really just trying to figure out what's about to be happening. You'll see there's a gentleman with a long beard. His name's Shitteth. He's talking with a large gray gentleman. He's got war paint and a growing beard. There's a cement axe set up nearby. His eyes are growing darker and his body's getting larger. Shitteth, you'll note the wizard in blue with the yellow stars and moons on his pointed hat. Looks over to Hrungir and says, "See, look at this guy. Just summoned in like 2 seconds ago, and he's hasn't even caused any war crimes. Why can't you be more like him?" He's motioning over to you, Hrungir, now.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Chucklefuck. Fucking kitty face. Me and Tall Dark and something over here. We're talking about how he needed to survive and stop getting put in bad scenarios on plates.
I see.
And,
where am I?
Oh, you're in the town of Arrowknee.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Shitteth. I'm basically, I don't even fucking know her anymore.
Shush. I turn around and just start consulting my spoopy board.
Okay. You move over to the spoopy board. It immediately goes to a loading icon, which looks like a rotating cube. Just kind of hanging out. It asks your question with a little strange icon that's popping up and dancing around.
Is this place good?
There's a resounding L. O. L.
Indeed. We'll see. Okay, wizard. I will do what you ask.
Yeah. As we were saying, he's motioning over to Hrungir now. I managed to get them off your back for the most part. They need you to ascend. And I'm running out of ways to stop them. You know about the Slayer, right?
Yes.
And you know you become that, right?
Apparently.
I don't... You've done a lot of good work for me, and I don't know where this story ends well. It's just going to be... I'm going to be on your list at some point.
Most people in this town that have accumulated power outside of the normal means, outside of day-to-day life. There's going to be a balancing, you know. Whether I'm that tool or a part of the cleansing, it's coming. Everybody knows it.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a quick change into the guard. He's gonna move over to Shugazi. You're gonna learn what he does and do it better. And he's gonna point over to Hrungir. You have a good last mission. Just keep it lighthearted. I'll be back into the bar with the job board thing in a minute. You should go get a drink. He's gonna snap a finger, and then the chains around you, Hrungir, will snap off. He hangs his head low as he walks out.
I guess I'm with you.
I guess you are.
Come. The spoopy board tells us tales. I rolled for my tail. I will hold the Tale of Angels in my head until I give it to somebody.
Okay. The Tale of Angels. you'll note that as you hold the image in your head, it grows exactly 9 eyes, one of which are drastically larger than the others. It mutters to you to be not afraid, and then asks you for your social security number.
Ah, funny one, board.
It then tells you about its own anti-social security, and it's trying to make a good sales pitch, which is kind of going on in the back of your head.
Shugazi, by the way, is very dark gray and is wearing a silk red pantsuit with a spirit board or spoopy board, as they call it. They them pronouns, and they have a matador's cape for some reason. Yeah.
You'll see there's a group forming in the tavern just outside the door. There's an off-blue half-elf slinging drinks. He has a tall mug of ale, ready and chilled. Lucky's giving you a wide, toothy smile that does not reach his eyes. Oh, hello, how is everyone? Nice new adventurer, and Rungi, you're back. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
And I'm sure you heard about the 113 vacation, is that right?
Something like that.
Sorry to hear of your relocation and reassignment. I've got a drink for you, though. I'll have a bag ready for you after today's mission.
Thank you.
Of course. And he's going to slide you a wooden medallion. This wooden medallion has a wood burned into it, the image of Shittith's face doing one of these. He's just having a ball. As you look a little closer, winks. It's really great. It's like one of those Dumbledore candies from Harry Potter before Harry Potter was supporting someone that was terrible. She was always terrible. Sorry, it's the whole thing. But you got a wooden medallion in hand. That catch that bad boy in most cities, and you'll be all set for it, at least tonight.
Just a nod and a sip.
You ever seen John Wick?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just... Alright. With that, everyone is also inside the bar, just hanging out and max and relax and all cool. What would y'all like to do?
Yes, Lucky. It is I, right card. I have your delivery of natural mead, couple barrels.
Oh, the penis enlarger, the potions. Yes, you can put those in the back.
Yes, the natural supplements.
Yes, the natural supplements that I definitely did not order for me. Look, I'm hung, bitches. I'll pay money to get it bigger. I don't give a fuck. This thing has no limit. What? Don't give me that. He's like making eye contact with a couple of random patrons. It seems to be a whole.
Right cart just kind of hangs his head, shakes it from side to side, and goes to go get the shipment.
What you'll see being brought in instead is several boxes of teddy bears. Yes, I'm sorry. They are penis enlargement potions. It's embarrassing, but that's the truth. It is not the truth. These are illegal drugs.
Yes, I found out a way to grow the poppy seeds much faster.
Yes, for the bagels that we're making. For the bagels.
That's right.
Yes.
And the muffins.
Are you allergic to shutting the fuck up? I just need to know about this in case you stop sneezing. Please, sneeze away.
No. I just want you to set me up with the bakery as well, so that we can get the muffins made.
He's gonna look over to Hrungir. Would you mind taking one last job for me to make this one shut the fuck up?
Excuse me, barkeep.
What?
The spirits, they tell me to consult a grandmother. Is there one around here?
He's gonna take a couple of moments and think through. Well, you could be talking about Yargella. It could be Sylvette, the Lady of the Forest. Could also be Granny's drink.
That's probably it. It's in this room.
Yes. He's gonna look down at a floorboard that's a little lighter than the other ones, and then look over to a potted, looks to be like clay or clay jug. It's old school cork, pops it and gets you a off green, like pretty transparent liquid that he slides over towards you. The stuff
I
smells.
dare not drink alone. Can I have one for... what's your names, sir? I'm pointing at Rykart.
His name's Hungry. That's his name is Hungry.
Right caught.
Is one for each of us, please?
Oh, one for each of... He's going to put down 2 shots at Granny's in total.
This smells very natural. Like apples.
And turpentine.
I love that for us.
You ever seen The Lighthouse? Never.
No.
It's great. It's good stuff. It's Willem Dafoe being Willem Dafoe at his best. They nail it. They're like, hey, what if we made Cthulhu movie just without Cthulhu or Lovecraft being a dick? It's great.
You want con saves, right?
Yes, please.
Here. To the bounds of death not shackling us.
Here.
26.
18.
You feel great. The 26 will see firmly drunk, however, firmly aware of the situation and able to keep on going. You are splendidly-icious. On the 18, you'll note that you feel all right. It's pretty intense stuff. Almost knocked you on your ass.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like a baby robin in his mother's nest.
I'm just purring.
Tesla, you're feeling a level of stress that can only be properly compared to the Mr. Meaty television show on Nickelodeon during daytime TV.
Hell yes.
Oh yeah, that's stress. I'm sitting in the corner, sweating in my booth as usual, writing. I'm actually leaning back and writing with my journal tucked away from vision of people.
For anyone interested, Tefsley is currently writing down the exact script for the episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy makes his Fairly Odd Parents commit necromancy on his gerbil. It's a whole time. It's very dark. The animation does.
I have no idea.
Favors.
That was
no
a
idea
killer
what I'm doing.
episode. Pun intended.
What was it?
It came to me in a dream that I'm having currently. So Tepsley's just writing out his dream as he's having it, and that's what it is.
Great.
And he's just watching people get drunk, I guess, vibing. He sees the new guy, he's interested. Not like romantically, but like, reasons.
Yeah, Tefsley is a marked man. That is a whole time. Tefsley, you'll note that you're used to seeing people with like multiple auras around them. There's one right now that's a little extra blocky. It's like wearing constant 3D goggles that are just a little pixelated.
Nope, I'm seeing the simulations. It's happening.
Somewhere off in the distance, you can hear the time song from "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" playing. It's a whole time.
Where's my family? And then I go back to writing.
Well, I'm all the way out here. I might as well look for some side work.
There's a small dwarven child that runs in with some cleats on. and some striped shorts, and pretty pale blue and rich purple. It looks to be like, standard soccer jersey. He's jumping up and down, thrilled that he just made center for his soccer team. Nobody here knew that there was a soccer team in Arrowknee. Shidith, you'll see, is walking in, rubbing his head, holding what appears to be a larger version of the prior flask that you had seen. You're not sure if he just magically enlarged it or got another one, but somehow this is a little different. He looks tired. He's looking over a roster of local children in town, all of which appear to be orphans, and all of which have a murder count beside their name. The lowest that you'll hear is 3 murders. They appear to be frequenting the train for money. None of them hang out at the orphanage. You're not sure where they've been sleeping. It's a whole time. And we got Timmy is the team captain, and assistant team captain is Raggy Dog Ducky. Go, he'll fit right in. This'll go great. He's gonna look around. I need a team captain. He's gonna look over to Hrungnir. You like soccer?
Shrugging of shoulders.
Nice. You're gonna go handle a political mission for us with the first annual soccer game against Minneapolis. Yay! Everyone else in the room looks like a little underwhelmed. Timmy, you'll note, is ecstatic. He is currently looking at the shelves trying to find the best bottle of vodka to purchase. Lucky, you'll note, is making careful note to tell him he's not allowed to purchase anything here. Timmy wants something for a Molotov cocktail.
Timmy?
Yeah?
93 octane works well.
Oh,
They're very, very tasty.
do I have to be 21 to buy that?
It's not alcohol.
Oh. He's going to look over to Lucky, who is scratching his head. He's going to put a whole gold up there and receive a water skin of storing full of 93 octane. Excuse me. He's going to look at you like a Volkswagen vehicle that just lied about its emissions. He's thrilled. Sorry, I'm getting all... It's a whole...
That would have to be diesel.
The diesel sedan that was trying to seem economic. Sorry, it was this whole thing. Volkswagen got caught. They put more engineering into making their vehicle fake safety emissions ratings than actually putting the research into safety emissions. It was a whole time. Really interesting spending habits. Just you look it up. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
High-level party being assigned to a soccer game. What would everyone like to do?
This could be amusing. Drogar, this could be amusing.
I guess so. Sure. Do it. He has not been, socializing with anyone. He's kind of been off by himself. He is still getting over 113. The fact that, his whole shtick is protect people from getting hurt and stuff, and then he could do nothing about it when all of his friends just went gone. He's not having a good time.
Yeah, Drogar, you've noted there's actually been a pretty intense need for local guards as a result of that. The crime rate went up a bunch. Resources got more scarce as the dome was no longer protecting people. People wanted to keep extra shit around. Theft got more intense, and there's now an increased demand for guards. They're looking to pay pretty darn good.
Also, an increased missing of right shoes.
A lot of right shoes gone.
No, he checked that.
Do we get anything for playing this game?
Shidith will look a little confused for a few moments. The satisfaction of a job well done, and anything you can steal that isn't nailed down.
we can steal from the local magic shop?
No, you steal for the away games. Right? Yeah.
But stealing is wrong, Sheriff.
Getting caught stealing is wrong. You ever hear someone say don't steal? No, they always say let me catch you stealing. Total difference. It's a whole fucking time.
No, they say
no.
don't steal.
I never heard don't steal from my shop. Yeah, follow what this man said.
I mean, I have heard, like, when they're playing the sheriff ball, they were like, steal home, steal home.
That was yes.
But that is designed within the rules of the game.
I mean, I don't really understand this. I don't really live in towns or societies.
Oh, what we're doing is we're sending you over on a political mission and hoping you don't fuck it up.
Why would I try to have sex on a mission?
You'd be surprised. He's gonna look over to Lucky, who is very intensely trying to avoid eye contact.
I've found that if you live in your head, it doesn't matter where you sleep.
Teslie, you hear that, and you're able to respond telepathically.
I go, yeah, I do live in my head.
I would assume Teslie would be like nodding along while this is happening, but not mouthing.
No, but like not blinking either until I'm done saying the words in the headscape.
You're a new one.
No, I've been here. I've been standing like in that booth.
Teslie, you
Is
just
that
got...
still in my head?
Yep.
He's just standing inside of a unmarked booth. like in your brain, he's just hanging out there like a kindergarten cubby. He's just like, fitting inside. He's like waving like Steve from Blue's Clues, waltzing back into your life after 23 years.
I will move to my head and say, "Oh well, find yourself at home and stay away from the Wraith corner."
Did you guys hear Steve from Blue's Clues isn't going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home? I'm pissed. I want my man. I want him in Spider-Man. Like,
I heard he was going to be playing music for it.
is he really?
No.
I didn't know that was a thing, but now I'm upset that it's not a thing.
I'm gonna fucking post about this. Fuck it. I'm posting about this right now. Let's do a 15-minute break. We'll meet back here.
Yeah, we need a break to post memes.
Yeah, I'll be in Nick's head.
There's a meme lake.
Oh, yeah.
Banana peels, crazy. That kind of meme.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to episode 125. It is 5 to the 3rd today, and here we are. My name's Brad. We're going to be doing some Dungeons and or Dragons, maybe. We've been hired to go investigate a Pee-wee soccer game. There's a group of halflings standing outside who all appear to be bearing different weapons. Some of them have chains, others have daggers, a couple of them have clubs. Timmy is holding another bottle of vodka that you didn't see him acquire. It's got a rag sticking out of it. He looks ready and down to clown. He's got 2 black stripes underneath his eyes, and he looks ready for murder. Hrungir, you seem to be responsible for these children. There's a game going on in Minneapolis. You know exactly where that interdimensional portal to get there is. What would you like to be doing?
Runger is doesn't know the sport or the game, so he's looking around to figure out who might know what we are actually trying to accomplish.
Timmy's gonna do the Shrek 2 opening, jumping up and down, yelling, pick me, as long as you're willing to wait. He'll go for a while.
All I know about this is that afterwards everyone gets bored and leaves it. So we need to make sure we have those.
I'm just sitting there spinning a sharpened planchette around my finger.
What are the rules?
Timmy's gonna rock it off. Rule number 1, don't touch the ball with your hands unless you're the goalie. Rule number 2, get the ball through the other team's net. Rule number 3, after we win, we get ice cream. And if we try and get sherbet, it's your ass, says Timmy, pointing threateningly to everyone that is above about 3 feet in height.
Please don't hit my ass.
Ice cream! And the halflings are nodding in agreement, like this was a union bit and this was part of their negotiation ahead of time. They're really set in stone about that ice cream.
Boy, you look like a natural leader there.
I'm a natural something! A couple of the halflings are looking to Timmy as he's looking back around pretty quickly. They jump back. He's got a bit of weight with this community. His voice is diminutive, but if you'll remember, some of you might know he's on the older side. It has been around the block. The halflings seem to be keenly aware of this.
Very well. Ice cream it will be.
Ice cream!
Are we allowed to cripple the other players?
I'll be offended if you don't, says the child.
Very good.
Ruggy Dug Dougie, you'll note, is making a custom mace labeled upper class. Timmy's walking over. What's going on? Ruggy, you'll hear, will respond. Oh, I'm just making something so I know who to beat the fuck out of after the game. And Timmy says, so it's anyone with the upper class on it? I mean, yeah, anything with this branding or anything else that suggests money. We're treating them like fucking piñatas today. He's going to look over to Hrungir. I hope you're not offended. We're not going to go for you. We know you're loaded, but figure you could help out, yeah?
We gotta win.
We gotta win! Chants for ice cream continue as this violent, soon-to-be mob is ready to go. And so, with our small little rented church van, we will be heading off to the game. Shittith, you'll note, is getting an air skiff ready with a Ruggy with an eye patch. He's looking at soccer playing Ruggy, a little off-put. Soccer playing Ruggy looks thrilled to be there. Ruggy Dug Dougie with the eye patch, he's looking over to Shittith, trying to figure out what's going on. Shittith, you'll note, is talking about typing something and a robot or something along those lines. Ruggy's gonna nod and then call someone named Ricardo about 5,000 gold for Fittit's head. Yeah, I said 5. Yeah, we need it up to 7. We need up to 7,000 gold. I swear. I want
on the phone, Ricardo. Who's on the phone?
as you ask about Ricardo, Tefsley...
Oh, that was Johnny Two Shoes with Ricardo.
Oh, that was
asking
John.
him who he was talking to.
Johnny Two Shoes, you'll know Ricardo is currently flipping through 17 magazine, listening to like the Peanut style, wah, 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 wah. Like there's like a purpose like trombone muffle over top the sending stone, while he's like looking through a Pog collection over to one side. Like you'll see him like turn around and start messing with a Tamagotchi, all of which appear to be spectral. He just has a thing for 90s toys. He's paying neither you nor Ruggy any heed.
I'm dying.
Tesla, you'll know, you can see Ricardo. He is like just behind Ruggy and over his shoulder. Ricardo is simultaneously in two places, one of which is sitting down messing with a Tamagotchi. The second is hovering directly above Ruggy. Seems to be making some sort of movement with his hands. There are 3 cubes around him, one on either side of his head and then one above. You'll note that he begins writhing quickly and then explodes. Geraniums grow all over deck where his body has spread. Those geraniums grow taller, they wilt, they clump up, they turn into a small fox, which begins to grow longer limbs. Its head turns around 180 degrees and then pours around itself into a full-formed humanoid head. And by the end, its limbs and bones have crinkled and cracked into place to something more resembling the gaunt humanoid Ricardo that you're used to seeing. Very off-putting.
To say the least.
Wow. Are we all aboard?
Hrungnir, with the rented church fan style getup, you've got option to choose tunes. What are you putting on?
Rented church van. AC/DC, Highway to Hell.
Love it. You're gonna leave the radio on that station?
Absolutely.
Yes, I will pull out a violin and play along.
We're bad influences here. This is not a. Don't do what we say. It's just not a good idea. This is a gratuitous place where we get the stuff out of systems, and it's fun stuff. But so that happens. You'll successfully make your way through an interdimensional portal procured for you by Eyepatch Ruggy. You appear on the other side in a large open field tops a cliff system. Looks to be a similar geographical region to what folks are used to arriving in Minneapolis at. There's like this set spot that people are used to arriving nearby. There's been like a small platform and a bird watching station set up nearby, a couple of shops for trade. This is like a pretty open field nearby. Seems to be similar air, but the cliffs are further away. They've got like fencing around. Seems to be pretty new, but pretty well maintained. There's a couple of teams that have shown up. Valignat, the Emergent Primordial, has apparently been fucking off to Minneapolis for a while. He's got a team full of kobolds who look equal parts rough around the edges and equal parts scared to be here. You'll also note that there is a small glowing figure, looks to be Ruggus Duggus, with a team of bennies. All of the bennies seem to be trying to inhale and exhale heavily in unison. Yeah, they're like scanning the area, trying to see who looks the most put off by it. As they notice that Shugazi is a little not thrilled, they're going to lock eyes on Shugazi and begin like just yipping. There's one will yip and then another one will yip. And as you look over trying to look at the one yipping, they're just still inhaling and exhaling heavily.
I'm just staring right back at him hard.
That's shit. There's apparently a banner set up for a Myconid group. You're not sure why, but they don't seem to have shown up. There's looks to be a banner set up for another group that you think might be coming in soon. Something about dwarves on a boat. Don't know what that's about. And then there's a separate group labeled nearby. There's going to be a group of ducks and geese as well from the land of Minneapolis.
Is this going to be like a tournament style thing?
Yes, over the course of multiple weeks. Above the table, what that's going to look like is, you know how sometimes animes just do soccer or volleyball episodes where they just do random shit? It's gratuitous. And
Yeah.
I
just want to say I can cast Fast Friends like a lot, and I'm going to be using it on every team's goalie that we're going against.
Okay. Great idea. I love it. That's going to be a problem pretty soon. What I mean by that is teams may also start playing unfairly. We don't know where that's going to go yet. You will see that there is as a SERP is wheeled out. He's got two rather large gentlemen on either side of him. Both are bald. And this is the part that's... You're just... Drogar and Eternal, you'll both note this. One of them... While both of these two men are not people that you know, they're both bearing features that seem on brand for SERP. One of which is an off-blue half-elf on the burlier side, waving a fan. The other one is a rather burly Aasimar with gray and pristine white features. These seem to be resembling people that SERP is in contact with a lot. The Aasimar gentleman seems to be giving grapes, whereas the off-blue half-elf is just waving a fan. You're not sure what's going on, where SERP might be hiring to fill some unscratched itches. He's gonna move a hand. There. Soccer. Hurrah. You'll hear a woo! At which point there will be a bit of confetti thrown. The first two teams will be chosen as there's a bingo style, just random wheel full of balls. The first one will pop out. Believe it or not, it's this team. Crazy how the odds work. If you're at home and you're like, how did the numbers work on that? There were no numbers. I just said it was us. It's a story. We're just dicking around here. I have no ideas. This is me improving a whole ass game. We're just making it happen. It's great. At that, the second team is chosen. And that will be... Oh, goodness. Okay. You're looking at would appear to be a group of folks hired by Fittith. Fittith, you'll note, is holding a clipboard. He's got a backwards cap. He's got a cigarette in his mouth and seems to be blowing it at the children and making jokes about it. Above the table, this guy's evil. Don't do the things that I'm describing. I'm going to say shitty things. This is alluding to mistreatment of children. This is in no way to glorify it. It is to properly outline that this man is bad and he does bad things.
This is Lich Fittith.
Oh, yeah. This is like Lich Fittith with children that don't seem to be thrilled to be here. A lot of them are wearing rather prepped up clothes. They look to all be wearing their matching polos and khaki shorts. A couple of them are wearing red baseball caps and look as though they should be grinning smugly around a person hitting on a drum. We'll let you fill in gaps as you want to, folks at home. Fittith is talking about how if everyone wins, they won't get whipped when they get back. At which point he will get out a large, looks to be pitcher of Gatorade, made with real gator, as he takes a glass for himself. One of the children runs up to get a glass, and he smacks a child across the ear. Not for you. No, fuck off. He's going to take a sip of God only knows what from that jug. Send out a couple of kids to go do a coin toss. And at that point, Hrungnir, you've got the opportunity to send out your team captain along with an alternate.
Timmy's got to go out.
Timmy will
Timmy and Reggie.
Okay. Timmy's gonna run out and go to shake a kid's hand. One of the kids is gonna try and pull a dagger quickly. You'll see Ruggy does something, at which point a shield barrier is procured, stopping the dagger. Timmy lifts a foot square to the kid's crotch, and then puts an elbow clean across the mouth in a movement that suggests he's at the very least level 5 in some sort of class with a good action economy. At which point, the alternate child for Fidith looks scared as though they were not ready for that smoke. Ruggy is seeing the child before him doubling over. He's going to kick the feet out from underneath the child as one foot is dropping to a knee. Timmy is going to make eye contact with the referee, who looks entirely underpaid for this scenario. There's a coin toss. Ruggy, you'll see, is muttering something, at which point it falls specifically for the Arrowknee folks. Choices for Arrowknee. Timmy will look back. Hrungnir, do you want the ball given to the Arrowknee team?
No, the other team should start with it.
Awesome. Above the table, usually with soccer, I believe the ball is just thrown up or something. I don't know the rules of soccer that well. This is me, literally. Ben was like, bro, fuck soccer. I was like, let's do a soccer game. Yeah. I don't know. So there'll be some parts where I fuck up. Sorry. We're just having fun. So the ball is, of course, thrown over to the other team. Is that right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just they start with it. They can try and come up the field.
It's thrown upward by the referee, at which point Timmy just takes a pretty confident step backward, making eye contact with the other team's team captain. These children working for Fidith look uncomfortable. The ball sits for just a couple of moments as everyone's just kind of watching nearby. These children seem to be of folks from the town called the Crossing Streams up to the northwest. You'll note as one of the parents wearing Crossing Streams gear with a Crossing Streams flag is yelling rather intensely from behind you, Hrungnir. They're going to start throwing popcorn at Drogar. Hey, get the fuck out the way!
I move myself so I'm more in the way.
Okay. They're going to walk up and then sit next to you and then start chanting mildly. Let's go fuck nuts! You'll see the referees motioning to stop their profanity, and the adult keeps chanting. Mild profanities, nothing too crazy.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, what the fuck's up?
If you don't piss off, I'll cut your fucking throat out.
Oh no, that's good. That's fair. That's fair. I'll stop. I didn't realize I was making the day rough for anyone.
I just go back to doing what I was doing before.
You'll see that Fidith is motioning over to a small squirrel that's hopped up on his shoulder. He gives the squirrel an acorn, at which point the squirrel motions over to some other squirrels in a tree nearby. As the ball is getting closer over to the net nearby the opposing team, you'll note one of the halflings is about ready to kick the ball into the net, at which a swarm of squirrels has now entered the field. The referee's trying to figure out how to get this taken care of. The halflings are not skipping a beat. Two of the halflings are taking to stomping them or kicking them. Timmy is looking over to Hrungnir to see if there's any attempt to stop what's about to happen here.
Head shake, no.
You're head shaking, no?
Yeah, head shake, like, all you.
All right. Timmy's gonna motion a couple of hands up, at which point, if you're at home and you're like, what would be a song to capture this moment? Weird Al did a song called Weasel Stomping Day. You should check it out. It's pretty dark for Weird Al, but fits the moment. Yeah. The kids' cleats are getting a little rough. The goalie is currently trying to fist fight one of the halflings unsuccessfully just to survive. Like a couple of the halflings are closing in on the goalie, who looks pretty cornered. The ref looks a little concerned as to what's going on here, at which point the ball just kind of drifts into the goal. A goal is scored. Everyone looks a little nervous. The ball is thrown over to one of the kids nearby, who throws it back onto the field, and they're bringing it upfield over to the Arrowknee folks. Let's go, fuck nuts! Is the sound that you'll hear behind you, Hrungnir. He's continuing.
I look over at Shugazi.
You want me to cut his throat out?
You made the threat. You need to follow through.
Okay. I'll attempt to cut his throat out.
You'll make your way over, at which point you'll get a close up to him. He'll stand up. We got a fucking problem. You want to go tussle out by my clean white pickup?
First 6 seconds, I cast Dissonant Whispers, and then I'm going to go for him.
Remind me of the spell Dissonant Whispers.
I say a bunch of stuff that makes him really scared. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay. You whisper distorted melody that only creature of your choice can hear within range, racking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom save. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use your free action, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, such as a fire pit. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage and doesn't move. But also, it's not forced movement because it has to use its reaction, so I can use my opportunity attack to attack.
He looks a bit scared. He's trying to figure out a way to survive this moment. He's trying to get you free tickets to the policeman's inaugural ball for their chief.
As he says the word ball, he in his eyes sees, in his head he sees like two balls crushing him, like in a pendulum.
He's talking about how he's actually a volunteer cop in his free time and deserves some better treatment from the community.
It's just getting worse and worse.
He says that it's free of charge. He just makes a little money on the side from it, but it's nothing on the books.
And then that's when the psychic damage hits him.
Awesome. Gotta love it. You'll love this. If you're at home and you're like, where are they going with this? I don't know.
As I see this start to unfold, I will suddenly cast Bane on this guy.
He's dropping to his knees and begins like nursing a pretty splitting headache.
He has to walk away from me, right?
Oh, yeah. He is attempting to walk away over towards his clean white truck with the Punisher stickers on the back.
Then the dagger goes to his throat.
And down like a ton of bricks. You just gave him the old Twisted Tea treatment. Let's see some damage on that.
Okay. The psychic damage was 8. And the dagger is 7.
One of the kids, like running with the ball towards the goal, stops movement midfield, looks over and goes, "Dad?" At which point you'll see Timmy, not skipping a beat, flying foot first through the air, clocks this kid in the mouth, and then begins running towards the ball and running it back over to the other goal. Fittith, you'll note, is getting very angry. He's throwing his it's not a bad, it's clipboard. His clipboard down. He's yelling at the squirrels nearby. He says he wants this game properly rigged, at which point they are pulling out a comically large amount of TNT. Hrungnir, what would you like to do?
TNT, huh?
Yes. Acme TNT Co. is actually the name of the company supplying this.
Who has the TNT? Who is...
The squirrels.
Are they off the field?
For right now, they seem to be bringing things down from a tree nearby.
Eternal, can you blow it up
I see a pile of TNT.
preemptively?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and firebolt it.
You go ahead to firebolt it. Let's see an attack roll.
$33.
Let's see some damage. Add 8d10, please.
Okay. I'm gonna roll the 1d10 that's normal. Wait, 2d10. Actually, wait, I think I was
3d10 now.
This is gratuitous bullshit. This is not a proper combat encounter. This is not lore building.
Okay.
This is just, we're having fun. Sorry, friends.
So this is just you said +3?
Plus 8d10, please.
Okay, so 11d10. Wow, that's a poor roll. 40.
You see the squirrels are gone.
Hang on.
Oh.
I'm gonna re-roll some of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll the 3 1s and the 2 for a point with empowered.
Okay.
So that is a little better. 35, 49 points.
They are off the map. The tree is now a husk. If you've ever played Fallout 4, it's like one of those sticks that they decide to call a tree with the right textures. It's just it's a cylinder cut off at a point. It's really genius. They managed to get away with like miles of that shit in that game. Called it set piecing. It was. I'm not gonna say it's lazy dev work, but Fallout 76 definitely used a lot more of them. So, it's good stuff though. No more squirrels. Fittith, you'll see, looks confused as shit as more and more of his children are being subbed out of the game just due to injuries. This seems to be like a non-lethal version of the Blood Bowl for now. You're not sure how long that'll keep up. Seems to be largely because of the age of the people involved.
Yeah,
Right, Cart.
Once they actually start being able to fight back, the bloodlust will keep up with it.
Right, Cart is going to telepathically say to the kid that got clocked in the face by Timmy,
Your father can't save you now.
He's watching his dad bleed out in a parking lot right now.
"Yep,
It's a rough time.
Yep. Nobody's heard Right Cart speak, by the way, over here, so they're just hearing a strange voice in their heads."
The ref you'll see just got a firm elbow to the knee. He is doubling over, at which point another child is stealing money out of his wallet and bringing it over to Fittith. The points seem to have it towards Arrowknee.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and cast Hold Person on the kid.
Okay.
DC 17 Wisdom save.
Yeah, he does not make that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right as he gets off the field, and then I'll just pocket the money myself.
Alrighty.
Pat him on the head and walk away.
You got the cash. Fittith looks pissed. He is going to get angry, reach over towards the pitcher of God knows what, pour it over himself, and disappear. The children all look confused. They're trying to figure out how to get back home. The game isn't over yet. They're just losing really bad, and he fucked off.
You would think for a lich that's supposed to be all terrifying and everything, he'd not keep fucking off like that.
That's a lich?
He's Skeletor
Yes.
at best.
Right Cart says to Eternal telepathically,
He's a loser.
You reach out and try and do that, and you're like, huh? You can't actually establish telepathic contact.
Then he will pull out a piece of paper and scrawl it because he's not using his voice around these other people.
Okay, what's it say?
He's a loser.
Yes.
Serp, you'll note looks pretty bored. There's another round that goes by where you'll see a couple of folks are bringing in teams. Valagnat's team full of kobolds is actually doing pretty well. They have a dog that they have a jersey on. It seems to have originally had Arab something. It's scribbled out. It says Drinky Winky. You'll note is currently being ridden by a kobold with a large lance named Stan. They seem to be dominating around here. It's a whole time. They, you'll note, are creaming through a group of bennies, leaving very few bennies living in their wake.
Good.
It's a whole time.
The dog is terrifying.
Yep.
It's basically a bunch of kobolds watching the dog tear through the bennies.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this dog before. Eternal's seen this dog before.
There's a team is procured of small goblin children. You'll note they look very old and very not alive. Seems to kind of be the MO of the lands down south. Sir William the Conqueror has brought his team to play. He has sent an ambassador in his stead. Looks to be a human by the name of Elwyn. It seems to be a reference to a home game that Sean and I may be playing in. Elwyn, you'll notice, giving finger guns over to Valagnat, who's not returning them. Valagnat is talking about how he will break you and kicking ass. It's a whole time. A round goes by, a few teams advance. An additional team is procured for you to play against. You'll note that as a result of your victory, each of you will receive 250 gold. And
How much did I get from the ref?
From the ref, you'll have received another 50. You'll note the children here, unlike the NCAA, seem to actually be paid for their work. It's pretty nifty to see. Sorry, did that just get... sorry if... I didn't mean to allude to the child labor going on with the NCAA. Sorry, the opportunity for exposure with the NCAA. That's what I was talking about. Opportunity for... It's not...
Professional development. They even know they're not actually the professional development leagues. No. Except for the whole fact that the court rulings have said that kobolds are perfectly fine to stomp.
Oh yeah, kobolds go nuts on them. It's the whole time. A couple of rounds are going by now. You'll see that as teams are announced, they're bringing out either adults that are ready to kill or children that are just ready for a soccer game. This seems to have been a thing that's been alluded to across dimensions. Seems to be some sort of like uniting of realities, or at least an attempt to try and get to know people. Hrunger, you feel as though you were maybe even thrown in here as more of an ambassadorship level role than anything right now.
Huh.
A little Arrowknee flex.
A little bit. Serp is sending in his own team now full of small geese and ducks. Timmy is going to call in a group huddle around you, Hrungir, and he's going to start talking about how he doesn't want to kill any of those children, specifically because they're the hosts of this place and they're trying not to get locked in this realm.
You know, I got something I can do. Yeah, I can make a wall of stone around our goal.
The goalie looks over to you, and I just want to make sure I'm not going to be in that.
No, I mean, like, you can get in. It lasts for a minute.
You don't want to use that. It's visible.
Oh, so I should use wind wall then.
Ruggy will give a firm thumbs up.
We'll win. Watch. I'm gonna go to their goalie and cast Fast Friends.
You make your way to the goalie. Their goalie is currently eating some sherbet excitedly. We got sherbet before the game!
Oh, wonderful.
It's as a reward for showing up on time with a great spirit. I love sherbet. You'll see
You're doing
Timmy's
great.
like,
Not this one, Timmy. Hey, we're friends, me and you, and you're gonna let our goals go in.
yeah?
Yeah,
Why?
'cause I said so.
The child's looking over to you a bit confused. Looks over to their team captain. Serp, you'll note, has a coach in charge of the team who does not seem to be super good at this. You think they were more of an administrative or like regent position prior to, and are just kind of getting busy work now, as they seem drastically overdressed for the occasion, drastically underprepared. It's a whole time. They're more trying to shake hands and network than anything, and doing so rather unsuccessfully. The child is not getting any response, is going to look back over to you. I'm going to let all the goals through!
Fabulous. Thank you.
The child's going to like walk over to a couple of friends. They're picking grass out of the ground and talking about how work sucks. And they're going to go play some games after this. Timmy, you'll note, is just standing in front of the goal, kicking the ball in like Jonah Hill on a especially unmotivated day. So I'm picturing like young Jonah Hill from like Superbad, just being like, "Fuck this." It's a non-contest. The ref doesn't seem to be super attentive to this game, as you'll note. Their goalie is not trying, and your goalie is wind-walled, so the points are non-existent. They don't matter. This is like you know how the points in Whose Line Is It Anyway don't matter, kind of like Drew Carey right now in terms of the general zeitgeist. That's what's happening with the ref right now. It's a whole time.
I guess in this situation, the price is right.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how does Rugus Duggus react when all the bennies get splattered by the dog?
He looks thrilled.
Okay.
He's
That was
got
just his fodder for the day.
he's got hundreds of bennies that he is pouring into these games. They're getting killed in mass. He's got more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
For Tefsley, you'll note these bennies seem to be rather interested in you. One of which has scampered its way over and is trying to sit on your lap and talk to you about its day.
I let it.
And then I ran into the bushes and I got some berries and then I ate them and then I brought them home and I made someone else eat them. It was really good. You like strawberries?
Yeah.
Yeah. Benny will then look over to... Oh, who is that? That's going to be Shugazi. And scamper over. Shugazi, Benny is walking over on his hands and is going to reach out towards your face with his feet.
Don't.
He's going to start breathing heavily, and the bennies over 100 feet away seem to be breathing in unison with him.
Get away from me.
It's just getting more intense.
Get away from me now.
Kind of wander by and be like, "Are you all right?"
Benny will hop on a feet, make his way over to Eternal, and start pawing at your pockets.
Just kind of like watching him, like, yeah, yes, I have pockets.
Pockets, frog pockets. What's it got in its pockets?
Nothing of interest.
He's gonna shove his hand into one of your pockets. Now you do. It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm gonna lightning lure him.
Okay.
Because you don't go touching people like that. Or sorry, not lightning lure. I want thorn whip.
Does it do the same thing?
About
Basically.
different damage types.
That's a 25 to hit
That'll hit.
with a. That'll be 12 damage.
Alrighty. Is there a DC on that save to get pulled?
Reading it right now. No save.
No save. Okay. You'll note he is being pulled in your direction. He's trying to use his hands to claw on the ground first, and then uses his upper row of teeth, as his head is a large portion of his body. He's just biting into the ground and getting dirt in his teeth, trying to resist your pull.
Yeah, he got pulled 10 feet towards me.
He's pulled towards you. He's now flipping onto his back and taking a more combative stance. He's going to look over his shoulder over to Rugus Duggus, who is thumbs down. What would you like to do?
I'll cast Lightning Lure.
Alright.
So he gets, I believe he does a strength save. Yep, strength save. Difficulty is 17.
You pull him.
Okay. If he gets within 5 feet of me, he takes lightning damage.
How much?
3d8.
You'll note he is smoking a bit as he hobbles over towards Drogar. Drogar, he's going to try and reach for one of your weapons to brandish against the rest of the group.
I will give him a weapon in the form of a to the gut.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, please.
Yeah. 30.
30 will hit. Let's see some damage.
15.
15. We'll see that you've stabbed him. Something fierce. He falls forward onto the ground and begins bleeding profusely in like a oozing, icky, reddish, blackish goop. Strawberries start pouring out of him. He's getting a few last breaths out and dies.
Good.
Serp snaps over to one of the many caravans ready to haul off dead bodies. A couple of folks drag Benny away. You'll note in his place where his body was just lying for a couple of moments is a fresh couple of plants. They look to be small flowers with rounded leaves. Anyone interested can make a nature check on that.
Yes.
Sure. It's 9.
Add 10 to that for me.
21?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
You'll note these plants appear to be geraniums. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
All right. Well, that was exciting.
The round goes through. It finally ends. The onslaught is insane. The victory is like 24 to zip. Timmy looks out of breath specifically from doing laps where he has to go to the center of the field and then run back over to the goal, and center of the field and back to the goal. He begins loudly swearing and talking about trying to pay McLovin to score some booze. It's a whole time.
I want to approach Sir.
Okay.
I just want to tell him, the spirits tell me your father requires your attention. And then walk off.
Serp, you'll note, beckons over towards a hooded figure who moves forward. This figure is now pulling themselves up with a staff and has one hand on the staff and another spectral hand. The staff, you'll note, comes to like a hook, almost like a shepherd's stick. Serp whispers something, the figure nods, and then recedes into a shadow, just kind of propped up in the field of view. This isn't like a corner, this isn't like beneath something, it's just a floating shadow. They disappear into it. Victory is easy. There's a brief pause as Serp announces that there will be an intermission before the next round. They're encouraging teams to go enjoy some of the festivities and foods around.
I will get funnel cakes.
The gift area nearby has hot dogs that have been heated up for way too long, as well as teeny tiny bags of chips, sodas for $5 a piece. It's also got a rather large selection of fried dough. You're not sure how long it's been out.
I'll take 2 of the hot dogs. I'll take 1, 4, 5, 6 sodas. Dr. McMuffins. I don't know what you want to call them, but and then 2 hot dogs, the sodas, and let me get just a big old bag of that fried dough.
Awesome.
If you can put some powdered sugar on it, not drugs. Put drugs in it. And then, do you got any like bags of chocolate or any like hook me up with some of those?
They'll throw in a pair of Skull Candy headphones as well as a fidget spinner and some cheap sunglasses, and send you on your way with too much free candy that appears to just be loose Tootsie Rolls and Hubba Bubba. It's a whole time.
Perfect.
You'll note instead of sodas, they labeled the sign with sodas, but they're actually handing you a full like cardboard short box full of drank. You know, the kind with like the little metal lids that like pull up, the little tabs. There's like a billion brands for them. They're all the same damn shit. You want the purple ones too. They're good.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Well, I just cart that over. I brought a little wagon, so I'm just wagoning all that over to the players during intermission. I'm like, I got 2 hot dogs. I didn't bring you guys hot dogs, and I proceeded to take both of those and put one in my pocket and start eating one. I go, go ahead.
Timmy's gonna look at the load that you've brought in, and then like walk over to Drogar and tap you, Drogar, on the shoulder.
Yeah.
We're going shopping. Come with.
Yeah.
He's gonna lead you to the parking lot. There's a tailgate party.
I'll be going with them.
There's a couple of stakes going. There's like, you know, some families with cookouts. Timmy's suggesting you rob them at knife point.
So that's not my thing, buddy.
Timmy's gonna ask you to turn around for a minute.
Yeah.
Timmy, you don't need to do that.
I mean,
if you want to go shopping, we can go shopping.
we can get stuff for you, a bit easier.
Stealth! Smart choice! He's gonna wave over to Ruggy, who puts his arms up and does one of these. Timmy, you'll see, disappears, and you'll see stakes begin floating into something and disappearing. There's a keg of beer that starts to go missing as well. People seem confused. Drogar and Eternal, you feel like a mild bit helpless as you're watching things just disappear, and you're hearing like surprisingly far away. He's making good distance. He's robbing a lot of people of their foods and whatnot.
Do you feel like stopping him, or should we just pretend?
Excuse me.
If they get caught, they get caught.
Well, let's
So,
get
do
out
you
of
want
the
to
area.
go shopping or not, Timmy?
Timmy, out of breath, is arriving. No, I think I got what I need. He's gonna reappear, and you'll note he's got a fresh cooler. It smells of meats and condiments.
If that's what you want.
All right.
And start walking off towards the gift shop area stuff.
Okay. You'll successfully make your way over. This is you'll note a little further out of the way, this is a Monopolis gift shop. You think it's some of the locals that have just set up shop here to sell more of the usual wares of the area, marked up, of course, for tourist effect.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for specifically?
Nothing really.
Okay.
Probably we'll buy a couple of like Monopolis glass.
Fair.
Kind of.
You'll find a couple of snow globes, all of which have Tig inside. There's a couple of keychains being sold. There's like an old sign of Geeseland, like scribbled out, written in Monopolis. There was a recent upheaval politically, not too long ago. There's also an offer. Okay. You're being offered like a dread helm as well as a talking doll, and a rod that expands to 10 feet.
Nah, I don't need any of those.
They offer you a handy dandy tool, perfect for a Yankee swap. This is a artificer's tool set, able to turn into any tool set needed.
I'll take that.
They start talking about a subwoofing screwdriver or a drill bit, as though it's ripped from Doctor Who.
From some doctor. Which doctor? I don't know.
Not accredited where I'm from. We're in the U.S. We don't have to honor the UN's accreditations.
Bleh.
It's a whole thing. Doctors can't practice in the U.S. unless they get state-specific legality. It's technically against UN law. It's a big thing, but we got the bombs, so we can make rules. But Jordan,
Right.
what are you looking for?
Kind of just the same thing. Really, nothing much.
Okay.
Just browsing.
You'll score what looks to be a regional brand of cereal. They're entitled Ezra O's. It's like an orange box with just Ezra in a surprisingly scandalous pose. Seems to just be toasted wheat in a very thin format.
Huh.
Yep. Ezra seems to be like a local cult hero around here.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Decent likeness of him, at least.
Yeah.
Some of the anatomy is new to see, but very photorealistic in its rendering.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's everyone over by the game going on? Nope.
Rick Kurt's just enjoying being outside.
Okay. The game ended. We're on break. I'm going.
I'm threatening Chesley.
Okay.
Give me one of the hotted dogs, please.
There is no hot dogs.
I saw them. Give me one.
Shugazi, you can hear them barking.
Hear them.
No, you can't.
Give me the dog.
I get in his face. No, you can't.
Hear
Shugazi,
it all.
you look into Tefsley's eyes and you see something a little fucky looking back at you. Tefsley, can I see an intimidation roll?
Yeah.
And opposed from Shugazi.
I rolled it on the ground.
Intimidation?
Yes, please.
14.
I roll plus 13, so let's see what I get. 30!
Jesus.
No, I can't roll a 30. That was a joke. Yeah, I can. I rolled a 15. I'm trying to add in my head.
Yeah,
making
29.
things up. It's a 29. No, 23, 28.
What?
28.
Numbers hard.
Okay.
We did it.
Tefsley, the man before you, fun fact, or the person before you, they them pronouns for this character?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
The person before you, fun fact, fucking scary. You feel compelled to give over one of the dogs that are hot.
It's squeezed and like mushed in my hand, and I give it to him. But not out of fear, but out of sheer hate.
It's a New
It's not even
England, like,
chewed.
it's a red hot dog. It's good.
Yeah. I just slide it down my throat, staring you in the eyes.
I want you to know, I've been reaching underneath the bleachers all game. And I touched the hot dog with that hand. I hope you can hear me whisper. I hope you can hear me whisper.
We can.
Be gone from my face, hot dog stealer.
I'm just licking my fingers and walking off.
Tefsley's rolled up his sleeves. He's about to fight him, and then he regains composure.
An opposing team is procured, entitled Perry's Angels. Perry, you'll note, has been enlisted. Perry, you've been fighting through droves of people to try and get to this point where you can just relax for a goddamn minute. You've been crossing off names for a hot minute. You've got a bunch off your manila folder. The big name on your manila folder, however, still stands and still walks. However, Perry's Angels are doing great. They're kicking ass. They're taking names. It's a group of kids that you got from Broken Claw. You know they're rough around the edges, but they get good stuff done. A lot of them, you'll note, are also moonlighting at Fight Bar. You've been teaching them the tricks of the trade. You've been making sure they are A-okay. You'll see there's an opposing team bearing maces labeled upper class. You feel the need to smite them.
I do, and gather round, kids. I've got a present for you. See, these maces are modeled after my own. And he'll hand each one of them a mace with lower class written in Celestial, like engraved on it.
They're going to ask if it's to go with their matching purses, each of which you'll note has a Malcolm in the Middle Dewey style purse with a brick inside.
Yes, quite so.
They're asking how to specifically stow these maces so as to be within brand standard for Perry's Angels.
Here, just he'll snap a finger. They're invisible.
The bag or the mace?
The mace. The bag they can use as a shield.
One of the kids is gonna raise a hand. I dropped mine!
Here, you can see where your mace is.
Oh! And then takes a look out onto the field, takes a look back to the group. Huddle up! They're going to huddle around you, Charlie. This character is looking around and suggesting that they all just throw their maces into the enemy end of the field to fuck with people. Because they'll say where their maces are and no one else could.
I love it. I'm all here for this. I want you to know that I am proud of you in this moment.
you'll see the dwarven child before you. He's the one suggesting the idea. He's obsessed with boats. He's been talking nonstop about them.
I'm going to get you a proper workshop for your boat.
He looks thrilled and says he'll do anything to win this game to ensure that victory. At which point, he and Timmy lock eyes across the field, and he sniffs like this Wolverine-style sniff. Looks over to you asking for permission.
I nod.
Hrungnir, for your team, you'll note that a couple of the children are making their way out to a 1980 Cadillac. It's jet black. It's got a soft top. They're opening up the trunk of this thing to reveal a broken claw child with a rag stuffed in their mouth, as well as looks to be a 3-ring binder labeled secret plans for the team. They're doing like some mafia style intrigue here. They're asking you if there's any info you want.
Take whatever you can. You have to win or there's no ice cream.
And so the car drives off. If you've never seen the Wacky Races, there's a cartoon called Penelope Pit Stop. There's a group in that cartoon backing up. Wacky Races was this thing where Hanna-Barbera was very cheap. They were very cheap as a group where they would animate stuff, and if the shows didn't go well, they'd reuse the animations for Wacky Races. It was this catch-all show where like a couple of the go-to voice actors that they would have do 30 characters would just say a couple of lines. They'd have the same stock animation reused. It was very cheap to run, and it was like just this graveyard for dead intellectual properties. One of which was Penelope Pit Stop, who was constantly fridged. If you don't know what fridging is, it's when a female protagonist adjacent is kept off screen but kind of safe but in imminent danger for a motivating detail for a friendly party to go save. And it was always this anthill mob, these tiny folks that were a caricature of 1920s mafias that would go to save them. What's hilarious is that now it's a 50-year-old reference to a 50-year-old reference. So it's like 100 years out from when that joke would have been pertinent. But sorry. This is a whole Penelope Pit Stop bit as they're driving off to go deal with this random child. They come back after a couple of minutes. They smell strongly of... seems to be cedar smoke. And they say the job has been done. There's going to be maces in the far end of the field. That other child is not back with them. The game starts. How would you all like to interfere?
Wait, where the fuck is he?
You'll note that kid that you were asked to watch by your cousin, apparently her fiance's nephew, is not making it back.
Lost in Monopolis.
Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend.
Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, back to the soccer balls.
Yep. The game starts.
Cause balls. Oh.
The dwarven child on your team, Perry, you'll know you have a hard time catching his name. He seems to change it as he introduces himself to new people. Kind of a thing you've been keeping an eye on. His shirt doesn't have a labeling for a last name either. You're intrigued, to say the least. He is currently summoning a spectral boat and using it to pull other children in and plow through the rest of the field. Timmy, you'll note, is throwing Molotov cocktails at it, and they seem to be catching fire to that boat. This is a very non-standard encounter.
If they're doing that.
If they're doing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to turn Timmy into a T-Rex.
Okay. Timmy will go for the ref first. That's a hit.
Perry will place Rings of Regeneration on all of his players.
They are now taking some of the riskiest moves in terms of their own bodily well-being. They are just going fucking nuts. The T-Rex has now pulled the referee up and swallowed. Timmy has T-Rex stats, but that's still Timmy in there. That's a dead fucking ref.
I'm going to wait 10 minutes before dropping that spell for sure so that he doesn't explode from the inside as someone would.
Serp snaps for a moment, and then another ref runs onto the field with a brand new ref uniform, very nervous. Seems to be talking about how he's kind of pissed he's not getting hazard pay. He seems kind of like a restaurant employee. It's a whole time. Stuff is continuing. The T-Rex is clearing house, going nuts on the children. Perry, you'll note the children have huddled up and have procured lances. You're not sure where from. They're forming a phalanx by the goal.
Give me a second to pull Perry's sheet up.
Which team's doing this?
This is Perry's team.
Okay.
My team has formed a phalanx at our goal.
Yeah.
Love it.
They're trying to fight off the T-Rex.
I've got a very lovely spell that Perry will cast.
Okay.
By the name of Flame Strike.
Oh, Nelly. What's gonna do?
I mean, how many players are on his team?
9
Standard
people on
amount.
the field.
That number 9, with 4 subs on either, or 4 subs available to 7 and out. So 13 players total, 9 on the field.
Yeah, I'm gonna Flame Strike Timmy to try to drop his T-Rex form.
You flame strike him. For how much? Is that a roll to hit or is that a save?
It's a DC 17 Dex save.
The T-Rex shakes it off.
Till half, I think.
Yes, half as much, which will be 32 points of damage, 17 fire, 15 radiant.
The T-Rex does not look great, but still looks up.
Put a heal into him.
How much?
Let's do. Let's roll it out. We'll just roll it up here. What would my bonus be here at this point in time?
Can I see Hrungir? Or never mind.
Oh, I gotta roll it. There you go.
T-Rex looks fine and fucking dandy. Hrungir, bippity boppity, heal the fuck up, and that will see the T-Rex is doing great.
In response, no, go ahead.
Yeah, if one of Perry's kids is within 30 feet of me, I'm gonna start a steel wind strike, attempting to end on the sidelines as if nothing happened.
Okay.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
Yeah, so that's 5 attacks.
Okay.
28, 17, 18, 27, natural 20.
Yeah, they're fucked. That's
6d10 on each of them. And the last one's doubled.
Have you heard of a little spell called Mass Cure Wounds? And they do have rings of regeneration on. They are wearing rings of regeneration.
The children are being thrown to you, Perry.
They will all heal for 28 points.
Shit. We're just going back and forth.
Brad,
Yeah.
if T-Rex Timmy gets within 60 feet,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and cast haste on him.
The game has become largely one-sided.
Have you heard of a little spell called Banishment?
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be DC 17 Charisma save.
I'll counterspell it.
I got plenty of spell slots. I'm going for it again.
We certainly do.
And 7 of those kids are just getting magic missile hit.
Serp has actually pulled out binoculars for this one. Like opera binoculars. He's pretty interested. There's like large explosions and like audible wind hitting him from this.
Harry will stand over by the goal, not just off field, and cast Spirit Guardians.
The ref looks like they're about to walk over to you about where coaches are allowed to stand, and then sizes up the whole fucking battlefield, and decides it's probably better to not to.
Yeah, I'm gonna Spirit Guardian standing right over by it.
Okay.
And I will cast that at 7th or yes, 6th level.
Okay. You successfully procure Spirit Guardians. Magic missiles are hitting your children. This is like Iron Man 1 when Iron Man was like, shooting people with like missiles and shit. Yeah, it happened. Yeah. Go watch Iron Man 1. It's great. That 10 rays bit. Yeah. The kids are going down. They're getting brought back up. The game ends for time as a tie is written down. More children are being brought out on stretchers, and more halflings are being brought out on stretchers than ever thought could have been injured in one game.
It's okay. I'll pull out my staff of healing and heal them all up afterwards.
At which point, we'll get to the last game of tonight. We're going to do a quick 5-minute break and meet back up here in a couple of minutes. We'll see you soon.
Let's do this thing.
Alrighty. You'll see that waiting for you for your last round is a group being brought out. Looks to be by Lucky, who looks to be like glancing up towards the person leading this SERP. He seems to be like kind of keeping an eye on him, but like kind of trying to ignore him at the same time. It's a little weirdly petty. You're not sure what social dynamics might be going on there, but he's got a group with him named Lucky's Lucky Few. They are all Warforged Ruggies. It is a whole time. You'll note that the Warforged Ruggies are entering the field in unison and then assemble Voltron style into a massive 10-foot tall Ruggie standing by the goal. Timmy looks with a wide grin over to you, Hrungir.
What's your plan, little man?
He's going to look at his foot, and he's going to look at the Ruggie, and he's going to look at his foot, and he's going to look at the Ruggie. He's going to look
How
back
big
at
is
you.
the Ruggie?
10 feet.
10 feet?
Yep.
I want to twin cast and large reduce.
Alrighty.
Reduce Ruggie and increase Timmy.
Timmy gives you a look that says you should be going onto Spotify right now and playing a song called Welcome to the Party. It's in Deadpool 2, it's the part where it's the part where Colossus fights Dirty. You gotta watch it if you haven't already. The whole time. The game starts, at which point Timmy will run up and go for a double leg tackle on Ruggie, who is kicking Timmy off and is going to go for a fist to the mouth. Shittith, you'll note, looks entirely unenthused watching from nearby as Lucky is chanting for his Ruggie to do well, and also watching as a group of cloaked figures are making their way through the village nearby. One of them gives him a hand signal, at which point he returns it and makes his eyes dart back to the game. The fight continues. Timmy is kicking for the nads, at which point the rest of the team is like a little confused, walking over with the soccer ball and kicking it into the goal.
Is this all of his team? All of
Yes.
his team is assembled here.
Correct. They have Steven Universe style poured all their eggs into one basket.
I could just polymorph him.
Then fight.
I mean, you could fight, or you could just be smart.
Yeah.
You want to polymorph?
Yeah, I'm gonna polymorph the Ruggies.
The save is unopposed.
No. I'm gonna polymorph him into like a fucking cockroach because it's Ruggie.
Alrighty. You will successfully polymorph him into a cockroach. It'll scuttle away. The goal is unopposed. There is an immediate conceding of defeat from Lucky's team. Lucky pretends to be upset and immediately fucks off. The hooded figures that followed him in follow behind as they leave. They're all wearing different party-esque face masks. SERP's guards take notice but also do not engage. You're not sure what may be going on there.
I think they're gonna go have an orgy.
Lucky gives you you think you just might have blown his cover.
Oh, I said this telepathically.
Yeah. The exchange and looks do not change. At this point, you realize people might be tuning into telepathy nearby. It's not something that you're used to. But that may be the insinuation they're in. Tefsley, you can see these messages like emails getting sent out of a government computer. It's just plain as day. There's no antivirus, and the stuff that is there is 10-year-old McAfee software. It's great.
I'm writing it all down.
Yeah, any kid with Java can get right through this. You are watching every telepathic thought going by. Specifically, all of them flooding Serp's inbox, trying to crowd his brain while this is going on. They seem to be coming from the Bennies, of all folks.
Yeah, fuck them guys. Just getting their cube.
They're trying to get into Serp's brain. Something seems to be stopping them. You'll note, Eternal has a pretty similar setup.
Well, very nice.
The victory is decidedly for Hrungnir's team.
Ooh.
The game will end, at which point Timmy will walk up. A decent-sized humanoid, technically large in size, but about 6 or 7 feet tall, lumbering towards you, Hrungnir. And you'll hear in a deeper voice from this just fucking intimidating-ass, child-looking, baby Huey-ass dwarf. Where's the ice cream?
We'll have to find you some now, won't we?
You're goddamn right. At which point, you'll see that the reward for today's victory is an ice cow.
Oh, Perry will have bought all of the ice cream in the area up.
Love it. The ice cow, however, just produces ice cream naturally.
Nice.
It's been harvested from a cold plateau nearby a certain tradery from a tabaxi named Tig.
Leslie needs that for his house.
The ice cow is held up in victory with like one arm from this fucking thick Timmy, who's holding it like a bottle of, vodka with a rag sticking out. Gives the old Tuscan Raider a yell and then runs over to a freshly opened portal back home. Anything else y'all want to do before you head back over to Arrowknee?
Nah. I'm good.
Yes.
I got Big Billy.
Right Cart is going to take note of several plants in the area and become familiar with them so that he could potentially travel through them.
Solid.
Actually, are there trees nearby?
There are.
Okay.
A couple of them are burnt.
Eternal will make note of the trees in general for probably similar purpose.
Above the table, an important thing to note is that the flora and fauna here are not stable. They do often explode into different forms of one another. So you think, even if you are marking these plants, even if they look old, Manapolis is a little strange in those aspects. So it may or may not be doable in the moment. Just a piece of info going forward in case it feels like, oh, you try and teleport there, and the DM's like, I'm railroading you to a no. That
Sure.
May be a moment or a judgment call in that moment to be like, we're staying here or whatever.
No, but it's wonderful for off-screen justification.
Yes. So that you might be able to drag an NPC or a PC to be like, oh, and you're in Manapolis, so we got you caught up with that PC's help. They paid 5 gold, and bada bing, bada boom, we're here. Don't worry about it. Keep going. Yeah, we can have a great time with it. At that, though, Ice Cow is currently being kept outside of Lucky's Tavern. It is getting a specific, special little overhang. There's a gentleman by the name of Red who's been contracted to make this improvement himself. He is very thrilled to be doing so. At that, is there anything else of interest from the party or anything else anybody wants to take care of?
No, I'm good.
Alrighty. Serp will have nicknamed you, Hrungnir, Hrungnir the Slayer, as you have slain your enemies in soccer, you'll receive a task from Bane. He wants you to start crossing off PCs in the dome.
Noted.
At that, we will end tonight's game. I hope everyone has a wonderful time. Be safe, have fun, and may your next roll be a natural 20.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have fun.